Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I have Freckles on my lap. I think she just meowed. I might have been right before I hit the go button. I'm going to paint pears. Pears are the best things to paint. They're simple, they're easy to draw, they're great practice for any skill level. And then I always see them as people. So I'll link this reference photo in the video's description. I don't know if I have a title idea just yet. Maybe like, what is he doing? Oh, I'm going to turn it because it's late afternoon, so there's a lot of sun coming in my window. I think that might be it. What is he doing? I've got a 12 by 16 inch canvas. It's from Michael's. I did put some clear gesso on it just to help fill in the canvas texture and to make it a little stiffer. It's 1.5 inches thick. I haven't said this in a little bit. Gallery wrapped and spline. I like these because when they're nice, thick, sturdy construction, I can spray them with water to tighten them up. I'll link how to do, I have an old video that shows how I do that. I'll link it in this video's description. I haven't done this before. So while the pears may be easy subject and fun to paint, I'm going to paint this a dark red background also, just to get some color down and help fill up that canvas weave a little bit more. I like to fill it up because it's easier to photograph. Oh, I'm going to use, for the red background, I'm going to use Quinacridone Magenta, Cad Yellow Medium Hue, and some Mars Black. They're all Liquitex. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Stop a minute and chat. So I could have printed out my reference photo to scale and traced it. I do that a lot. Pears are easy and simple, so I thought I would do a little drawing, and I time-lapsed the drawing. So on my photo, I just drew a line on it in Photoshop for half and half, and then I figured out I wanted this table 4 inches up. So this is 4 inches up from the bottom. Oh, here, let me say this. So the corners on a gallery wrapped canvas, cotton canvas, aren't square. I don't know if you can see that. So sometimes I would draw underneath the ruler because it's more square here than if I bring it down here, it's going to start pushing it out. Here, can you see? Well, you can't because everything's at an angle, but I can see that it's starting to push the ruler down. So just a little tip, or I put quite a few lines, like, so 12 by 16, is that my canvas size? I think it is. So I put quite a few marks for where halfway is, so 6 inches. Just a little tip to help keep things square. And then I didn't draw exactly the reference photo because you see a little bit of this pear between these two pears. I just took that out. I made this one come behind this one a little bit. I made it a little bigger and chubbier. And then I just used like, that might be 2 fingers. Actually, it'd probably be more. I've got it about 3 fingers, a little less than 3 fingers. I just use my fingers sometimes to measure and aim. I made this pear taller. These are really close in size, and I made this one shorter. Just messing with it a little bit. But you also don't have to get it exact. Okay, and then I'm going to, so this is almost a week later. I've been doing other things. life things. I'm nervous about this dark red, but actually I think it might be kind of pretty. I've mixed, so my palette is Cad Yellow Medium Hue, Titanium White, Phthalo Blue Green shade, Mars Black, and there's a little Quinacridone Magenta over here. So I took some white, some Phthalo Blue Green shade, a little bit of yellow, and quite a bit of black, more than I planned on. I made a blue-gray color. I might even want it. Oh, you know what? The red's gonna kind of mute it down, so we'll see what it looks like. And then I'm gonna take, if I've got one sitting here. No, I don't have one. Oh, this is probably a 3/4 inch or 1 inch angle brush. Maybe I'll just use that and paint the background around the pears. I think that sets the table. So basically I found half and half to help me draw the pears on, and then I found where my table is. Okay guys, that sets the table. I'll be back in a bit. Hey, this is a couple days later, and so right now I'm like, ooh, I like that the red's poking through. I think that'll work. I can always change it. Can always add more red too. I still have even if that puddle dries, I can mix it really close. But right now I'm worried that the tabletop is too red, but really I need to work on the pears. Because that'll get rid of quite a bit of the red in the painting. And really, if I make the pears yellow, I've got red, yellow, blue, so primary colors. You can do a primary color painting. Maybe I should aim towards that. I did mix a green, so a lot of yellow, a teeny bit of black, and a teeny bit of blue. But I don't know if I'm gonna want the green now after I just said that. Here's the reference photo. They're fairly yellow pears. Can take yellow and brown. We could follow that. I think what I might do is the light is coming from, will that be in frame? Yeah. Top and a little bit right. So it's like right there, right here. See, it's more darker and more color there. So I think maybe I'll put in some white just for starters. Oh, and we could put in the stems. Or we could, actually the stems might be easier later, but you know, if you don't know what to do, paint something you're comfortable with. And just kind of sneak up on it, just like I'm sneaking up on getting rid of the red background. Okay, hopefully some of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. Hey, I thought I'd pop in. So it's been several days. I've been doing all kinds of other things. I miss painting when that happens. It's once I sit down and just kind of focus on whatever it is I'm working on, and some of the other stuff in my life it doesn't like go away, but it gets pushed to the back maybe. You guys can let me know how it is for you. I'm not sure even how to word that. So I think I'm still thinking the same things I was thinking several days ago. I started to make this a little rounder. It's not terribly round in the reference photo. Oh, hello. But I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna put, I don't know if it needs this, but I'm either gonna put a little blue in the pears or a little blue here just to help tie it in. And then this area kept lifting. Can you see it's like a lighter? I could leave it. It could almost like be a spot on the pear, or I could try and make it darker and rounder. Excuse me. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, I took a drink. I think I was showing you the light spot, light area. Oh yeah, you can see it. I think I'm just gonna play with roundness. It could be done. They glow, which is really nice. The red really helps. The red underpainting. Put in some stems. I'm just gonna play with it a little bit. I could be back pretty quick, or I could mess with it for quite a while. Oh, so I haven't talked about this for a while, and it's really, I think it's a hard thing. How do you know when a painting is done? And so Emily, who's my daughter and helps me with the live streams, a lot of times I get her opinion. You don't want to get too many opinions because then it's hard to know what to do. And then there's some aspects, actually, I'm going to back up a little bit. You could have made this less smooth and more abstract and shapy if you kind of rewind the video a bit. I mean, there's just lots of ways to go with any painting. So how do you know when you're done? For me, I'm sure it's different for everybody. When I stop making changes that help, I'm like, oh, okay, it's done. I can't think of what else to do. And that, I don't know if that's very satisfying, but maybe that'll help a smidge. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey friends, I'm calling it done. Where to start? The blue is really nice. I put some darker blue here, lighter blue, oh, I guess darker blue here, and then this is even a little bit lighter. And it was a mistake, but I really like it. Some brown to help round it. I'm looking at my phone. I think it's okay. What else? Put a little lime green and white, so this color. So yellow, little bit of phthalo blue, green shade. I think some white. You know what? There might be a little black in there. It's kind of warm. It might be yellow, a smidge of black, and some white. I think that might be closer. Okay. What else? I painted it over orange, but I had like a pink here, but when I put it here, it looks lighter pink because on with the lighter color behind it, it looks darker, and then with the darker color behind it, it looks lighter. But then I ended up glazing over it with orange. You can kind of see it here a little bit. That also might just be lighter. Put in some spots, some dots. The stems, there's one thing here, my head might come in here. Try not to, oh yeah, it's gonna. So one thing nice about these stems, I don't know, they're not gonna look that colorful, but they're greenish, more towards the bottom, and then darker brown at the top. And I like that. I thought that was nice. So I played with that. And then sometimes I push, here, let me show you this stem up close. Sometimes I push the values on the stem, like add even a lighter spot. If it's too light or you don't like it, you can darken it. This is all quite smooth, so you can add layers and layers and layers. But so rich shadows can really be nice. They're not just one color. And that's where layers can really help you, or glazing, or both. Here, we'll do a tour. Okay, well first, can I get a, I never can square it up. Oops. I'm looking for a screenshot. Oh, I'm getting close. Look at my thumb out of the way. Ooh, that's pretty wonky still. Okay. So the little bits of red showing through is really nice. And like, if you paint, I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. If you paint over too much of the red background or dark red background, I've got the color on the palette. I can add it back on top. See if I can lean back here. I left a line. Let's see if I can, let me find something to point with. So that was my original background. And then I just left a line, left the background as a line. This is kind of a little bit of a haphazard tour. These are very juicy pears. I'll link at least one of my other pear videos in this video's description. Yeah, but look at that blue. Isn't that fun? It ties in the background. You could say it's reflective light. Let me know in the comments if you like it. I like it. Oh, here, we'll finish the tour. So there's that shadow area where I had the lifting. Put some brown and blue there. I had it darker, then I kind of lightened it. I like the stem shadow. I don't see that in the reference photo very much. Maybe a little. I just put it in there. Okay, now I wonder if I'm going to remember my thought. Oh, yeah. Hopefully I haven't already said this. Because a lot of times I'm thinking it while I'm painting and I don't always pop in with every thought I have that might drive you guys nuts. You know, quick time lapse, thought, quick time lapse. Okay, try to remember them all. It's just an easy trick. So like I could have put some yellow in the background or orange. I've already got red. So then I really decided when I said, oh, I think I'll put some blue. It's just when you put a little, say, of the sky color in the ground or the ground color in the sky, totally just helps unify your painting. It's one way to unify a painting. Another way is just to have a simple, like I almost always have a limited palette. And a lot of my paintings here on YouTube so far to date are primaries, red, yellow, blue. And so that's a really easy way to unify a painting. I did add a couple little lighter white brush strokes. This one really faded, doesn't really even show. I think that's about it. Having a little bit, you don't have to have it everywhere. I have quite a bit of it, but having a little bit of a lighter edge also will make it look rounder. Have your darker area inside here. It's why in art school, you'll paint spheres, cones, squares, and you'll practice just some light bouncing off of whatever it's sitting on. Okay, I think that pretty much sums it all up. Really fun, really relaxing. Let me know if you guys paint pears. You can make them all kinds of ways. Oh, Bob Burridge has a YouTube channel. He does them really fun and splashy and loose. If you like pears, you might like his channel too. I don't know him, I watch him once in a while. Okay, guys, I couldn't be a full-time artist without you. I super appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.